Right, thank you. You can now be seated. Before we introduce the dais up here, real quick, I want to tell, as I saw the Sandoval kids leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance, I thought of a quick experience that I had just inadvertently with Governor-elect Sandoval. I've got a son that's got special needs. It's Opportunity Village in Las Vegas. A lot of people are familiar with that school there and workplace. And one afternoon I was going there to pick up my son, and Governor-elect, well then the candidate Sandoval, just by chance was paying a visit to that school as he did. 100 schools, 100 workplaces, and in this case, this workplace here that he attended, Opportunity Village. And it was great to see the way he interacted with the special needs children of Nevada. In fact, I think there was one little girl that took a liking to you at one point that sort of followed you around that day. And he didn't see me. There were no TV cameras there, certainly. But as I see his kids and I see somebody now that we've elected to the highest spot in our state, that we see somebody who's got a heart as big as Amargosa Valley. You know that? And that certainly was interesting for me to witness that firsthand and see many of the experiences I'm sure have been similar with many of the people in this audience with Governor-elect Sandoval. We will now introduce the people up here on the dais here. The Honorable Chief Justice Michael Douglas, Nevada Supreme Court. Elder Ralph Burns. Rabbi Felipe Goodman. Ms. Kate Zaffron. Mr. Sean Griffin. Assembly Speaker John Oseguera. Assembly Minority Whip Tom Grady. Senate Minority Floor Leader Mike McGinnis. Senate Assembly Majority Whip Sheila Leslie. The Honorable Ross Miller, Secretary of State. Oh, Leslie Cameron and Geneva Miller are also here, certainly. The Honorable Kim Wallen, State Controller, and her husband, Jim Noriega. The Honorable Catherine Cortez Masto, Attorney General, and her husband, Paul Masto. The Honorable Kate Marshall, Treasurer, and John Marshall, thank you. And the Honorable Bob Miller, former governor of the state of Nevada. It's great to have former governors here with us today. We have 3 in the audience, and Mrs. Sandy Miller. The Honorable Richard Bryan, and Mrs. Bonnie Bryan as well. The Honorable Robert List. Nevada Supreme Court Justices Ron Paragary, James Hardesty, Nancy Saida, Michael Cherry, Chris Pickering, and Mark Gibbons. The Honorable Brian Krolicki, Lieutenant Governor, along with Kelly, Kate, Carolyn, and Elizabeth Krolicki. The Honorable Brian E. Sandoval, Governor-elect, State of Nevada. Kathleen Sandoval. Oh, and you've met Marissa, Maddie, and James already, haven't you? But we'll get them up there again. The first family. How's the new house over there? That's pretty nice. You know, it's nice to have a first family like that, and that we have in the governor's mansion, certainly right now. Round of applause for our distinguished guests, if we can, for everybody up here. Now we have a renowned poet here, Sean Griffin from Virginia City. He has composed an original work expressing the inaugural theme. The inaugural theme, it's on your instructions there that we have. Optimism is the foundation of courage. Optimism is the foundation of courage, as you see it on your program there. Sean is the recipient of the Governor's Award for Excellence in the Arts. He's the co-founder of the Community Chest, a nonprofit agency serving children and families in Northwest Nevada. Please welcome Sean Griffin.
Governor-elect Sandoval, First Lady-elect Sandoval, distinguished guests, citizens of Nevada, it is my sincere honor to be here today. The great Irish poet Seamus Heaney said, "The end of art is peace." If a poem can do anything, it can help us to reflect on why we need the ritual of ceremony in our lives, and in so doing, take some peace from this moment. This poem is a testimony to the desire of all who have chosen to live in the hardscrabble landscape of Nevada. Anthem for a Burnished Land. If we cannot unravel the drift of days to mark the aspen with what strength remains, not an idea of this dry, dry place, but what we do for work, whether field or factory, what we imagine this labor to mean in sand and rock. And although the precise demeanor of doubt is never far in this incalculable mountain and desert, it is here we make our home. Here we choose the marbled canyon of our ancestors. This day, unlike any other, is the moment of redress. Our burnished land has suffered, but not without lament. And its people, you and I, feather or cone, reach for the trusted and damned alike to affirm what has been given. It has always been up to us, a generation for whom dust and wind define the seeds of family. Whether child or mother, stone or river, we begin this praise and praise again, that what is done be done for those to come. Thank you.
Say
All right, this was well worth waiting for, wasn't it? Wasn't it? I told you it would be. Okay, the Nevada First Judicial Choir. Thank you for your beautiful music, certainly today. At this time, Chief Justice Michael Douglas of the Nevada Supreme Court will administer the oath of office to Justices Ron Paragary and James Hardesty. Chief Justice Douglas.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. We have a great morning. It's my pleasure to re-administer this oath to two very hardworking justices. It's both a pleasure and a necessity. The pleasure is because they do outstanding work supporting your Constitution. The necessity is because we have court at 2 o'clock today. If you please raise your right hand. I state your name.
James W. Paragary.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
protect, and defend
protect, and defend
the Constitution and government
the Constitution and government
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution and government
and the Constitution and government
of the state of Nevada
of the state of Nevada
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
whether domestic or foreign,
whether domestic and foreign,
and that I will bear
and I will bear
true faith,
true faith,
allegiance, and loyalty
and loyalty
to the same.
to the same.
Any ordinance, resolution,
resolution,
or law
or law
of any state
of any state
notwithstanding,
notwithstanding,
and that I will
and that I will
well
well
and faithfully perform
and faithfully perform
all the duties
all the duties
of the office
of the office
of
Justice
of the Supreme Court of the
That was a
state of
test.
Nevada,
of which I'm about to enter.
which I'm about to enter.
So help me God,
So help me God,
under the pains
under the pains
and penalty
and penalty
of perjury.
of perjury.